Good afternoon, my friend, and welcome to the XCAL Racing League's first heat race for this weekend. There will be 4 heat races. This week, XCAL Racing is racing from the Lanier Speedway down in Virginia. We get ready to get things underway here, and we have about 35 cars that'll be taking the green flag when we get things underway in this one. Once again, my name is PJ Zeller. This broadcast is brought to you by Tella TV. The wonderful Tanner Kalin working the cameras behind the scenes. This heat race will be 50 laps to determine which 10 drivers transfer to the main event tomorrow. The feature event tomorrow will be 275 laps in length. As we get into this, about 30 seconds left in qualifying before we get this one underway. Last week, the XCAL Racing League went to the Southern National Motorsports Park, and that one I actually was not in the booth. I was actually in a car for that one because I just got my wisdom teeth removed, so that race is brought to you by Paul Coleman. He should be here later on in the evening. He might possibly hop up in the broadcast booth as the color guy. We might not see him either. That's to be determined. But the race from Southern National Motorsports Park wasn't a pretty one per se. It had some decent green flag runs here and there. But for the most part, it was a kind of a race of attrition, as some would say. And actually, that race was won by yours truly. I hopped in the car for 1 week, and I was actually lucky enough to win that one. But, it probably wouldn't happen twice. Luke Turpin definitely had the quickest car in that race, but circumstances kind of took him out of that event. That's besides the point, though. As we get things underway, let me take you through the starting grid as the guys are going to grid. Your winner of the pole in heat race number 1 will be Kenny Tripp in the 12 car. On his outside, and the number 48 is Octavio Rondoletto. In third is the number 29 of Pedro Jose Luis Bywans, and in fourth is Colin R. Hoffner. In fifth is Brandon Varney in the 32, and in sixth, in the number 25, is Patrick Sullivan. In seventh, in the 07, is Kyle Streichars, and eighth is the 37 of Arthur Hendren. In ninth, in the number 28, is Stephen Rex, and in 10th is the 99 of Tyler McRae. In 11th is the 1 of John Schwartz, and in 12th is the 126 of John Frilly. In 13th is the 4 of Brad Galogli, and in 14th is the 18 of Paleo Sanz Katawa. In 15th is the 20 of Jose Gaudino, and 16th is the number 16 of Greg Holes. 17th is the number 00 of Ron Walters, and 18th is the 7 of Jeff Edgar. 19th is the 193 of Andrew Ford, and 20th is Derek Colson. 21st is the number 84 of Ryan Soper, and 22nd is the number 26 of Brian May. In 23rd is the 19 of Lindsey Lyles, 24th is Rhett Standingwater in the 55. 25th, is going to be the 17 of Bryce Forseth, and 26th is going to be the 30 of Joshua Borje Bonkowski. In 27th is the number 062 of Johnny B, and in 28th is the number 24 of Jeremy Leto. In 29th is the 88 of Derek Jackson, 30th is the 47 of Justin Novaria. 31st is the 69 of CJ Cooper, 32nd is the 27 of Jay DeBuke, 33rd is the 33 of Larry Plummer, 34th is the 74 of Wesley Whitfield, and rounding out the field in the number 100 car, starting shotgun on the field in 35th, will be Danny Ware. So 35 street stocks get ready to do the dance here. 10 will transfer to the feature event tomorrow night. Don't forget, this is the first of 3 heat races tonight, so there will be one at 7 o'clock Eastern and one at 9 o'clock Eastern as well. As this looks like it should be a fairly good race from the guys that we have in this field, and from the way I saw the practice races going. Lanier isn't too difficult of a track to get around. I know you might think, like, hey, that tight little bull ring probably will create some accidents, probably be a dirty track. Historically, from what I've seen, Lanier really hasn't been that bad. It's pretty wide, it's pretty flat, you're going around pretty slow, so it's kind of hard to lose the car. This is one of them ones that my expectation levels are pretty decently higher. So it's going to be Tripp and Octavio bringing the field around this time by. They go through turns 1 and 2 for the last time before they will receive the green flag. They head down the back stretch. The field is at the mercy of Kenny Tripp in the number 12 car. The iRacing Ford Mustang brings him around, turns 3 and 4, makes that sharp left-hand turn, and we are underway. Green flag in the air, they're down and away, and Tripp on the inside gets a good jump. He's going to take the advantage into turn 1. Rondoletto has his teammate Bywans on the inside. Let's see if Bywans lets him in. He will. Rondoletto will slide in a second. He gives Tripp a bump. That gets Rondoletto out of shape. Now Bywans is forced to go underneath him. That gets those two racing side by side from the second position. Here we go. A bump from Hoffner is going to send Rondoletto all the way off the track. Oh, Patrick Sullivan goes around the 25 car. caution is going to fly. I saw that just out of the corner of my eye. Sullivan in the 25 was the beginning of that yellow. He spun right in the middle of the field, too, so I'm sure that some good cars got collected in that one. Let's see what happened. So it looks like Sullivan was just going through 1 and 2. And maybe a little net code there. I'm not sure. He either lost on his own or net code. I think it was net code with the 28. The 25 spun, and the 126 just had absolutely nowhere to go. The 99 got involved in it. And then past that point, I also see Lindsey Lyles in it. And looks like there was another car in that, too. The 126 of Friley. I think I already noted him. So, yeah, a little accident there, but no worse for where it looks like for a lot of those cars. Like I said, we're going around the circuit at such a slow speed that an accident like that really isn't going to cause much issues for you. So as we continue to run under pace laps here, I'll give you an updated top 10 because it will be a little different after that accident. First is Kenny Tripp. Second is Pedro Luis By-Ones. Third is Brandon Varney. Fourth is Colin Hoffner. Fifth is Octavio Rondoletto. Sixth is Kyle Streichars. Seventh is Stephen Rex. 8th is John Schwartz, 9th is Arthur Hendren, and 10th is going to be Tyler McRae in the 99. The first 5 out will be Brad Galogli in the 4, Paleo Sands Katawa in the 18, Jose Godino in the 20, Ron Walters in the 00, and the 16 car of Greg Holes. So the cars are going to get doubled up this time by. They will be receiving the a white flag, I'd imagine, next time by the stripe, although race control is going to delay at one time. This being such a short track, race control wants to make sure everyone gets lined up properly. So this time by, I think it will be officially the white flag. Jeff Edgar was given an EOL in the 7 car. I'm not sure what that was about. I really haven't seen anything with him. If I find out, I will make sure to update you that. But Jeff Edgar is going to the end of the line. As the lights are officially off on the pace car, pace car brings him down the backstretch. Kenny Tripp has the field in tow. On his outside, this time it's Pedro Luis. They come down into turn number 3. Pace car makes that. Well, they chose not to make the hard left-hand turn, and I think the caution has been extended. So, last second race control did extend the caution 1 more lap. So they will be going around 1 more time. It looks like there was something going on in the voice chat with Ryan Soper that might have caused that race control had to attend to. They come down the backstretch now, down into turn number 3. This time it looks like it's going to go for real. The field is in the hands of Kenny Tripp. Here they come. Green flag in the air. They're down and away, and Tripp takes the advantage. His teammate Varney follows close behind. Varney moves into second. Now we'll see Pedro Luis try to duck down, get into third. That he will. He has his teammate Octavio right behind him, so they're sitting pretty on the high side now. Colin Hoffner tries to take that spot away from Rondoletto. They race side by side for the 4th spot. No, Hoffner taps the wall. Hoffner's going to lose that spot, give the advantage now to Octavio. So I see Smoke, the 55 car is real slow. The field's going to have to go around him. That's the 55 of Rhett Standing Water. And oh, Varney almost goes around. He saves it. Now the 33 goes around in front of the field. He's going to be off the racing group. No caution will fly. We continue to race that lap car of Standing Waters right in the way of Rondoletto and Hoffner right now. Hoffner on the low side of Rondoletto trying to take that spot. Now the lap car is going to get into the number 29. That moves By-Ones out of the way, move Hoffner up to 3rd. By-Ones now races side by side with his teammate Rondoletto. Give the advantage for the time being to By-Ones, but Rondoletto dives deep into the corner. Now here we go. Octavio Rondoletto is going to take that 4th spot away from By-Ones. The 2 dropping bombs teammates race behind them. That's Stephen Rex and Kyle Streichars. Then right behind them, you have another one of Tyler McRae. So 3 dropping bombs cars sit right behind the 2 teammates of By-Ones and Rondoletto. Meanwhile, up front, the action has not heated up too much. Looks like Tripp has a good advantage over Varney. Varney continues to run safely in second. Standing Water is still in the way of these leaders right now. Standing Water just trying to find a place to race. He does make his way down behind now the 87 of Hoffner. He will have to make way to more leaders, though. He's kind of in the way for some of these guys racing for important spots. Looking back through the field, we have a pretty good battle going on right now for the 9th and 10th positions. Tyler McRae on the outside racing with John Schwartz. Schwartz to the inside in that number 1 car will take the position momentarily. We have a car around on the front stretch. Looks like he's out of the way. No caution will fly. And now the caution will fly, so we'll try to figure out what happened there. I see the 20 of Jose Godino around. That may have been it. All right, so from what I see, it looks like Godino was racing side by side with the 69 of CJ Cooper, and then they made contact. Godino slid, and then they both slid just down into the inside wall with Godino going around. And yeah, Godino was pretty much in the racing surface, leaving race control no other choice but to throw the yellows. That'll be our second caution in about 20 laps here in heat race number 1 for the XCAL Racing League qualifier. Like I said, 10 guys are going to transfer in this one to the feature event tomorrow. Still 26 cars on the lead lap. Some names I wouldn't expect to see a lap down right now. Godino after that accident's a lap down. Derek Colson's a lap down. Some guys in some precarious situations early in this one. Going to give you an updated running order on our top 10 runners as we stand, though. And first is Kenny Tripp on his outside. It'll be the number 32, his teammate Brandon Varney. Third will be Colin Hoffner in the number 87. Fourth will be Octavio Rondoletto. Fifth, Pedro Luis Baiwans. Sixth, Steven Rex. Seventh, Kyle Streichars. Eighth, Arthur Hendren. Ninth, John Schwartz. And 10th will be Tyler McRae. The next 5 out will be Ron Walters in 11th. 12th, Greg Holes. 13th, Paleo Sands Katawa. 14th, Danny Ware, who, by the way, we ran a practice race on, I believe it was Saturday we had that practice race, and Danny Ware showed up. We've never seen him before, and he actually won that heat race after getting spun from the lead early on. It came back and just passed everyone. He was that fast. Keep an eye on that 100 car. He'll certainly be coming through the field here in moments. And then the last car of the next 5 out will be the 4 Brad Galogli in 15th. Fun story here about our third place runner right now of the 87 of Colin Hoffner. He actually won an XCAL event probably about a month, maybe a month and a half ago, I want to say, at Phoenix Speedway. We had an excellent race at Phoenix, lots of great green flag racing, and actually was late in the race. Tyler McRae and Ryan Soper were racing for the win. They got racing a little bit too hard, and Hoffner caught them and just ended up blowing the doors off both of them. Won by a decent margin. He actually won a framed well PD that day. We haven't seen him in an XCAL field since that race, though. We thought maybe we scared him away, but he's back out there today. That 87 car with the Talladega Nights paint scheme on it, looking pretty sharp. And we'll see if Hoffner can not only transfer in this one, but if he does transfer, he's always a threat. Here we go, field at the hands of Kenny Tripp, and delay will be had, so we're going to go one more lap under caution. We were ready to go that time, but race control deemed that we needed another lap. So Tripp will lead them when they do go green, and it looks like they likely will this time by. I don't see any more delays. Worth noting, too, those 2 cars sponsored by Temp Setters in the front row. I believe that's a real sponsor for those guys, so shout out to Temp Setters. Here they come to the green flag. Green flag in the air. They're down and away, and Tripp gets the advantage into turn 1. Here we go. Hoffner sticks the nose in for second, and Hoffner is going to try to take that position away from Varney. Varney races hard back on the outside, but it is Hoffner in the 87 car with the preferred line on the bottom, and this time by, Hoffner will have the position at the stripe. And Varney probably should be careful here if he doesn't find a way to get down low soon. There's a whole train of race cars. Now Rondoletto works to the inside. He's racing for third with Varney. Varney continues to run that high side. Varney just having no luck yet. This time by, the big X in the air, halfway down, halfway to go. Octavio Rondoletto will take that position away from Varney, and caution will fly as we have a slow car down the backstretch. That might have been it. I see the 26 of Brian May spun out. And yeah, Brian May, he just tried to get that car back going and brought it back up in front of the field. I think that probably was on May. A real not great move there. He spun out and the leaders were coming right by, and he literally turned right back in front of the field, leaving race control no other choice but to display the caution flag. So 26 brings out the caution there, and we will be under caution again. As now the 33 car of Larry Plummer having issues. He looks like he was spun out under caution somehow. And he almost just took out the leader of Kenny Tripp trying to get that machine back going. So we will keep our eye on that. Updated top 10 running order, as actually things have changed a good little bit here. There might have been a wreck that I didn't see. I will say that, because there's some cars right now that are out of the running that I did not acknowledge. And Rhett Standing Water was given an EOL, so the accident must have been caused by the 55 somewhere. But here's the current standing order. And first we have Kenny Tripp, second Colin Hoffner, third Octavio Rondoletto, fourth Brandon Varney, fifth Pedro Luis Baiwans, sixth Kyle Streichars, seventh will be John Schwartz. 8th will be Ron Walters. 9th will be Stephen Rex. And 10th will be Paleo Sands Catala. The next 5 out will be Arthur Hendren in the 37th, the 99 of Tyler McRae, the 24 of Jeremy Leto, the 4 of Brad Gologly, and the 100 car of Danny Ware are the next 5 out. So now on this restart, we're going to see the 87 work into the outside of the 12 car. You know, we talked about on the restart, Varney had his issues finding his way to the low side of the racetrack, and just when he did, another caution came out, forcing him to restart in the high side again from 4th. So that's a tough break there for Varney, but he's just going to have to make it work as they come down the backstretch. I believe it is 1 to green. The Brad May car was disqualified. Brian May was disqualified. Not sure what happened there. Now Race Control has extended the yellow. Something happened with that 25 of May, or not the 25, excuse me, the 26th of May that got him disqualified. Not sure what the deal was there. Yeah, not sure what the issue was there, but if I ever get an update, I will let you know. This time by, though, it looks like we may go green. Race Control hasn't delayed the yellow yet. We're in flap number 32 of 50, so getting close to the end here. They come around, turns 3 and 4. It's going to be the field in the hands of Tripp. Green flag in the air. They're down and away, and Tripp with a good jump. It's Hoffner on the outside, missing a shift, though. Now Rondoletto gets underneath him. Rondoletto continues to race side by side with Hoffner. Hoffner on the high side doing his best job to keep that car up high. He does so nicely. They race side by side for the second position. Waiting in the wings in case something should happen is that number 32 of Varney. Varney continues to work the low side of the racetrack as Rondoletto will clear Hoffner. Now Varney makes his way to the inside, and Varney will have the third position as he makes contact with the 87, sends the 87 up the raceway. Now the 29 of Bywans is underneath Hoffner. Bywans works to the inside. Bywans gets loose, and that's the saving grace for the 87. His caution will fly. Not sure exactly what happened here. We're going to have to go take a look. I saw the 19 of Lindsay Lyle's mic up, so maybe it has something to do with her. We will see. I see smoke. I see one car around. The 16 of Greg Holes was around, so I'm going to assume it was near the 16. And yeah, we had a big wreck. So correct me. They actually started with some dropping bombs cars, from what I'm seeing. We had the 18 of Catala. He got underneath the 28 of Stephen Rex, gave him a bump in the quarter panel, sent Rex around. Rex saved it almost, then spun right in front of his teammate Arthur Hendren. Gosh darn, he absolutely clobbered Hendren. And everyone else just kind of piled into that one. Looks like a lot of guys were able to miss it, fortunately. And yeah, that one's going to be on Catala. Catala will be sent to the end of the line. So we will give you an updated running order here. Running in first is Kenny Tripp, second Octavio Rondoletto, third Brandon Varney, fourth Colin Hoffner, fifth Pedro Luis Bywans, sixth will be John Schwartz, seventh Kyle Streichars, eighth Ron Walters, ninth will be Jeremy Leto, and 10th, I believe, will be Danny Ware. So that would make your next 5 out. Joshua Borje Bonkowski in 11th, Tyler McRae in 12th, 13th Arthur Hendren, 14th Jay DeBuke, and 15th Ryan Soper. We'll get this thing restarted with just about 10 laps to go. It is worth noting that XCAL Racing will not throw a caution flag if it's within the last 5 laps of the race. If it's within the last 5 laps of the race, unless it's absolutely Armageddon and there has to be a caution, there will not be a caution thrown by XCAL Racing. And if you're new with XCAL Racing, we here at XCAL Racing do administrated cautions. There's a live admin watching over this race. He's in charge of throwing the yellow when he thinks it's necessary, penalizing drivers for causing cautions when necessary, and giving wave rounds when necessary. All that good stuff, as they will delay at one time here. So likely going to get the restart with 9 laps to go on this one, as Tripp has led wire to wire so far in this one. And we had a good couple green flag runs early, but lately in this one it's been getting a little dicey, a little dirty out there, I would say. As this time by, this should be the last time unless Race Control has reason to delay it one more time, but with so few laps left in the race, I know that Race Control typically likes to stay as minimally involved as they possibly can. As now Tripp brings the cars down the backstretch, Tripp in the top spot, Rondoletto on the outside, Varney, Tripp's teammate, waits right behind him. Here we go through 3 and 4. Field at the mercy of Kenny Tripp. Green flag in the air. They are down and away. And a nice tight restart there as Rondoletto hangs tough on the outside. Now it's going to be Tripp getting down, and he's going to clear him. Now Varney's going to follow suit. Rondoletto's going to slide in down low. Oh, Hoffner gets loose. Hoffner will save it. Nice save there by the 87. He's still in a transfer spot. Real dicey racing there. Everyone's going to keep it facing the right way. Now here we go. Rondoletto tries to get underneath the 32 of Varney for second. No luck there yet. Looking back further towards some of these transfer spots, we have Leto now moving up into the 6th spot. Behind him is Schwartz, and Schwartz gets tapped by Ron Walters. They're both going to save it for the time being, and they all do hang on, so we will remain green. That will shake up the transfer spots, however, as now Bonkowski gets a bump, and things are just dicey right now. Somehow Ryan Soper has found his way in here. No, the 69 car gets in a Brad Galogli. Bonkowski's going to go around, and yeah, that one... No caution yet. Everyone keeps it facing the right way. I don't know how they're doing this. Finally, someone's going to spin. And no caution. And now the caution will fly. That was very, very dicey there. They wrecked about 7 times before they actually wrecked. And that just wasn't a beautiful display of racing there, to be honest with you. I mean, I get you're going for a transfer spot. That was a lot of guys that just looked like they weren't racing for transfer spots typically. Let's see what happened there. So the first kind of wreck happened when the 69 cars drove it in way too deep, got into Brad Galogli, got him loose. Brad saved it. And the 30 of Bonkowski, it looks like Hendren just drove in a little bit too deep, got into Bonkowski, which Bonkowski got into Soper, which ended up putting Soper in the wall. And then they all saved it again. And going down the front stretch, the 37 of Hendren just turned down into Brett Standing Water. I mean, Standing Water kind of forced something that I didn't really need to force. And unfortunately, Bonkowski was just an innocent victim collected. And that is what has brought us under yellow here once again. So I'll give you an updated running order as we look to get things back underway. Here's the top 10 as we sit. We're going to get a restart with 2 laps to go. It's going to be a green-white checkered. Running in first positions, Kenny Tripp. Second, Brandon Varney. Third, Octavio Rondoletto. Fourth, Pedro Luis by once. 5th, Kyle Streichar. 6th, Jeremy Leto. 7th, Colin Hoffner after an awesome save. 8th, Ron Walters. 9th, Danny Ware. And 10th is John Schwartz. The next 5 out will be the 69 of CJ Cooper, the 7 of Jeff Edgar, the 25 of Patrick Sullivan, the 19 of Lindsey Lyles, and the 84 of Ryan Soper. 21 cars remain on the lead lap. The other 6 that I didn't just state are the 18 of Paleo Sands Catala, Johnny B in the 062, Brad Galogli in the 4, Justin Novaria in the 47, Jay DeBuke in the 27, and Tyler McRae in the 99. And the 48 car is going to bring it down pit road, as is the 29. The 48 and 29 pull off. They decide that they want to run another heat race later on, and they're going to sacrifice their transfer spots here. This is a strategy. They feel like that they could go in and win a heat race later on in the evening, and that's why they pulled off. They would rather try to get better starting position than just take the transfer spot here. Bold strategy by those two, but sometimes you got to do those strategies. So that will really shake things up. That now moves CJ Cooper in the 69 and Jeff Edgar in the 7 into transfer spots. So this time by, they will not get the white flag. They're 2 to green this time by. Lindsey Lyles is now the first car out of a transfer spot, and yeah, that really shakes things up there. That gives a lot of life to some guys that maybe weren't thinking things were looking so hot right now. So the front runners, inside Kenny Tripp, outside Brandon Varney. Third will be Jeremy Leto with a nice run here for that 24 of Leto. That car looks like it doesn't have a scratch on it. And Leto is more known for his prowess on the larger tracks. You know, he's kind of known as a super speedway ace, and not saying he doesn't run good on the shorter tracks, but he certainly typically has his better runs on the bigger tracks. Running third right now in this one with the outside shot to steal it. Gotta like the looks of Jeremy Leto so far. So here we go down into turn number 3. Field at the mercy of Kenny Tripp. Pace car pulls off. Green flag in the air, and Tripp and Varney timed it perfectly as they will clear the field. So move Tripp into first. Second will be Varney. Now Leto on the inside runs in third. And Streichar is going to race for fourth with Ron Walters having a super run. Walters on the inside races side by side with Streichars. Here comes Hoffner making it 3 wide to the inside. Walters takes the spot. Now Hoffner goes to the inside of Streichars. Streichars knows he just needs to try to hang on for that transfer spot. As Hoffner wrecks himself, that's going to open up a spot for the field. Here they come through the final corners, and a side-by-side battle for a transfer spot. Actually, no, I do not believe that will be for a transfer spot. And All right, I have your top 10 running order for you. That was very hectic there at the end. Kenny Tripp did win. Second's Brandon Varney. Third, Jeremy Leto. Fourth, Ron Walters. Fifth, Kyle Streichars. Sixth will be Danny Ware. Seventh will be John Schwartz. Eighth will be Jeff Edgar. Ninth will be CJ Cooper. 10th will be Paleo Sands Katala. And the first 5 cars that didn't transfer were Ryan Soper, Patrick Sullivan, Jay DeBuke, Johnny B, and Lindsey Lyles. So the 10 that transferred, congratulations to them. We're going to see if we can get Kenny Tripp up here on an interview in a second.
Well, that went about as well as planned.
So we're still live here waiting for Kenny Tripp to report to Victory Lane. If Kenny, just waiting for him to join our Discord real quick so we can get a quick word in with him. Oh, well, at this point, I'm just going to assume that we aren't going to get Kenny Tripp in here for his Victory Lane interview. I think he's having a hard time finding Victory Lane, so we're going to end the broadcast there. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in an hour with Heat Race number 2. My name is PDJ Zeller, and as always, you are listening to Telesign TV. Thank you to Tanner Kalin for working the cameras, doing a great job back there, and thank you to Aaron Hilbush for doing a great job running XCAL. See you in an hour.